I'm Adrian and welcome to another episode of Top 10. Today we're taking a look at the top 10 best mech or mecha or giant robot that you can pilot games that I've played. Without further ado, let's begin.
Number 10.
Mech Rage. We start off the list with the appropriately titled dual-stick shooter Mech Rage, in which you rage around in your mech as you single-handedly fight off an alien invasion. As you progress through the game, you get a chance to level up your mech with a simple and intuitive upgrade system. The controls are easy to get used to and the dialogue can be pretty funny.
Number 9.
Hawken! No, not Christopher Walken, Hawken! In this multiplayer-only first-person shooter, you truly feel the heft of controlling a giant robot. You've got plenty of mechs to choose from, though some may be put off by the free-to-play status of the game. That being said, the graphics are top-notch, and the gameplay mechanics work quite well.
Number 8.
Panzer Paladin. This modern take on the classic side-scroller is fun, but can be frustrating. The fun parts include its gameplay and dynamic weapon system, where you can choose to use a weapon until it deteriorates completely or blow it up yourself to get an awesome power-up. You even control the mech pilot at times for quick grappling hook segments. The soundtrack is very catchy as well. The frustrating parts include sparse checkpoints as well as a couple cheap platforming insta-deaths. The game is full of themed levels and bosses for you to use your wide variety of melee weapons with. All in all, I never thought I would get a retro side-scrolling mech game in this console era, and was happy to get that opportunity.
Number 7.
Cybernator! Speaking of side-scrolling mech games, allow me to introduce you, or reintroduce you, to Cybernator. Perhaps one of the coolest looking mech games on the Super Nintendo. Your mech can fly around and has got all sorts of different weapon pickups. However, the difficulty does spike after the first level, and once you run out of continues, the game won't save your progress. Therefore, your greatest threat may just be the power going out.
Number 6.
Front Mission Evolved. Among Front Mission fans, this is a controversial entry, as it pretty much abandoned its RPG roots. The game is instead a third-person shooter in which you can customize your mech with different weapons and parts. The storytelling from the classic series is still here in full force though, with plenty of sappy cutscenes in between all the mech destruction. This was one of the games I did a walkthrough for at my first job, and let me tell you, the final boss is a true test of your abilities and will annihilate you if you're not properly equipped and skilled enough.
Number 5.
Titanfall 2. This is the first-person mech game you're looking for. Not only does it play like Call of Duty with giant robots, the story is very well written, and you get to know and care about your mech. You play as a pilot, which in this gaming universe doesn't just tell you at what altitude you are. These guys are basically elite-level martial artists with ninja wall-running abilities who also happen to pilot mechs. And when you do control said mech, you can choose between different weapon loadouts, and each playstyle feels unique in the exciting and well-paced campaign. The multiplayer is awesome too, so if you enjoyed Gun Griffin Blaze back in the day, or have played some Hawken and wanted more, get ready to be blown away by Titanfall 2.
Number 4.
Armored Core Silent Line Portable. Now we finally arrived to the premier mech series in video games, Armored Core. This PSP game, just like its big brothers on consoles, features a large amount of weapons and parts that you can customize your mech with. The missions are fairly short, but they can be tough as nails, often requiring you to change up your mech to succeed. But the better you do in the mission, the more money you'll get to spend on upgrading your mech. You can also battle in the arena mode where your one objective is to defeat the other robot. As always, you will be plunged into a storyline that is mainly covered with more emails than your old GeoCities and Hotmail accounts combined. But it's there if you'd like to read it.
Number 3.
Zone of the Enders. If you want your mechs to move with the speed of a sprinter and the agility of an acrobat, have I got the game for you. You control the sleek and stylish mech Jehudi, and the combat system is nothing short of fantastic. When you're close to your opponent, you have a range of melee options available to you, but when you move further away, you can execute energy attacks. The gameplay is thus fast and addictive. Even though the second entry may have been longer, I enjoyed this first entry much more. However, the cutscenes in this game are the most melodramatic thing I've ever seen. Telenovelas don't even come close.
Number 2.
Daemon X Machina. This game is a spiritual successor to Armored Core in every sense of the word. From the development team, to the design of the robots, to the gameplay loop of upgrading your mech while you undertake various missions from different factions. Unlike traditional Armored Core though, your mech is extremely mobile and can take to the skies at any time. You also don't have to worry about weight restrictions, as you can customize your mech with any part or weapon. You can even customize what your avatar looks like for when you're at the hangar or anytime you're outside of your mech. Most missions take place in a large arena-like scenario, but the controls are so intuitive and the gameplay so entertaining, I really didn't mind that much. There are also epic boss battles against gigantic mechs. The only downside would be the extremely convoluted storyline that had me wondering why we were fighting, who anybody was, and what was going on at any point in time. Besides awesome mech action, that is!
Number 1.
Armored Core 2. This game set the gold standard, not only for future installments, but for the entire mech genre. It's got an amazing opening cinematic that is a fairly accurate representation of actual gameplay, an incredibly deep and robust customization system that allows you to choose everything from your mech's arms and legs to its literal radiator. The missions start getting more challenging as you progress, and the arena mode is an absolute blast to play. In conclusion, this is the mech video game, and I can't recommend it enough. Which is your favorite mech game? What other top 10 would you like to see on the channel? Let me know in the comments below, make sure to subscribe, and see you next time.